Hey guys, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is Monday. Happy Monday, the beginning of a new week. So let me get my my computer going over here. I am Julie with Nothing Is Wasted Designs, and we're going to make a Christmas card tonight. So I'm pretty excited about this. All right, let me see. Let's go here and go there. And it says that I'm live. Let's see what happens. Post. All right, let me see here. There we go. How about that? There we go. All right, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to see comments. Let me enlarge this and see if that makes a difference. Click to expand. And no comments yet. Okay, come on in. If you are new to my page, welcome. If you'll say hello, let me know that you're there. And I will try and pay attention to the comments. And if I miss any of y'all's comments, I will go back through after I get off and answer everything that you have, any questions that y'all have. All right, so this is what we're going to do today. And we are going to work, this is a Simon Hurley. I got a lot of Simon Hurley stuff. I really like his work. This is called Vintage Layered Ornaments. And this is shown at 80%. I am going to use different colors than what's on here. But these are the ornaments that we're going to work with. And these are the die cuts that we are going to work with. And I have this wonderful little thing called a Cuddle Kids that I got from my friend Berta. And we are going to use that to make, what did I do here? To make these ornaments. All right, so before I do that, let me go ahead and I'm going to kind of keep all of this together, but I'm going to show y'all start to finish. I don't know why my voice is so cracky today. I'm going to show y'all start to finish how you can do this card. And you do not have to have all of the tools that I'm going to be using in order to do this. But I will say that if you have a, all right, let me put this in here so it doesn't get messed up. These are little sleeves that that I buy in order to keep all of my pieces together. This is a magnetic sheet, and then I've got this little plastic sleeve that if I have any extra parts that, you know, like if I cut extra parts, what I like to do is I like to put all the extra parts with the pattern that I have them with, rather than putting them in a tray. And speaking about putting them in a tray, hang on a minute because I happen to have a tray. And what we're going to do is we're going to put our pieces in these are real, this is a, hold on, 6 by 4. These are 4 by 6, and they stack. Let me just show you 2 of them together. They stack on top of each other, so that when you're working with cards, that you know, you can kind of keep everything organized. I got these from scrapbook.com. I am not an affiliate with scrapbook.com, and but they have, I don't know, I'm sure there's somebody else out there that has some kind of little tray for cards and stuff like that. But this is the one, and then they come in like a double size of this. But this is the size that I use for the most part. All right, the other thing that I'm going to use is just a small scoreboard. And let's see if I can get, you see how it's got little ridges in it? what that does is it's going to score the paper for us, and it's going to make it so that we should get a real pretty fold. And with the scoreboard, let's see, I don't know where I got, this is from Simon Says Stamp. So when I first started getting card material, I bought from scrapbook.com and Simon Says Stamp. And hey, Shelly Basket, how are you? Thanks for joining me. Anyway, when I first started working with cards, the Simon Says Stamp and Scrapbook.com were the two companies that I used the most. Now that I've gotten like some main supplies, oh, and the other thing is Tim Holtz. Okay, so this is a scoring board, and you just take we're going to put our paper on here, and we're going to put this little tool. It's called a bone folder, or I think it's called a bone folder. And we're going to just put that right on top of the paper, and what it'll do is it will actually kind of cut or crease the fibers in the paper and make it so that it folds better. So we're going to use that. And then the other thing that we're going to use, let's see, three basic tools. Is I have a 6 by, I don't know, it's not 6 by 6. All right, it's 6 this way, and all right, let's see what this is. 8 by 6. Okay, this is an 8 by 6 guillotine cutter, and it has like a finger protector over here. I have a larger cutter, but this is the one my mother made cards for. Oh, awesome. Oh, good for her. Hey, Janice, come on in. Come on in. Hey, Berta, I'm going to use your little tool that you gave me tonight. My little cuddle kids. Hey, Shay, come on in. I'm just kind of right now what I'm going over is I'm kind of just doing like from the beginning and explaining some of the tools that I'm going to be using. I use this particular paper cutter more than I use anything else. And I do have a large one, but I don't use it very often. So we're going to cut our paper down. The paper that I'm going to be using is Simon Hurley's, I think it's 120 or 140 weight. And this takes, it's a nice thick consistency. And it will, Simon Hurley's has ink that you can work with this, but we're not going to work with ink tonight. All right, this is an 8.5 by 11 inch sheet of cardstock. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to cut this in half, okay? So 11 inches is going to give us at the 5.5 mark. Is where we're going to cut. And this particular cutter is designed to work with cards, and I don't know if y'all are going to be able to see this or not. All right. And it has markings on here. Let me see if I can bring this forward so that y'all can see it. Okay, you see these dashed lines, these dotted lines here? These are the measurements that most card makers use the most. So like we're going to cut an 11-inch sheet of paper in half. So there's a dotted line right here on 5.5 inches. So you don't have to look and see or count everything over. And then there is another dotted line. If we wanted to cut 8.5 inches in half, then we would take half of 8, which is 4, and half of a half, which is 1/4. And so that would put us right at 4 1/4. And this particular, hey Lulu, come on in. This particular cutter has 4 1/4. See if you can see the dotted line. It has 4 1/4 and 5.5 marks. So there's no thinking involved. You just have to put it on your little cutter and go. So let's go ahead and take this. And like I said, all I'm doing is I'm looking for that dotted line. I know I have to go past 5 inches, and it's going to be right on the money there. And then this little shield right here does 2 things. It keeps your fingers out of the way. And I know this is a Tim Holtz one, and I just love this, y'all. But it keeps your fingers out of the way. There's a little bar right here so that you don't put your fingers where the cutting is. But it also, there's this little flap here, and what this does is it actually holds your paper down so that when you cut, it doesn't shift on you. All right, so now I have 5.5 inches. We're gonna see how well I did. Oh, I did pretty good. And 5.5 inches. I'm only going to use one of these. So I'm going to put this one off to the side, and I'm going to need the cutter again. So I'm going to just move this off to the side. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, and remember that this is our 8.5 inch side. And so I'm going to fold this in half. And so I'm going to take 8.5 inches. Half of 8 is 4. Half of a half is a 4th. So I'm going to find 4 1/4 on my scoring board. And I'm going to take this little bone folder, and I'm going to find 4 1/4, and it's right here. And I'm going to make sure that all of this is squared up nicely, and it looks like it is. And so the groove in this is going to help this bone folder stay in that groove. And then you see what it did? It just put a crease right there. And what that crease is where we have actually kind of cut through those top fibers. All right, so I'm going to put this out of the way, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold this. There's called mountain folds and valley folds. I'm just going to fold this. It's going to nice and easily fold over for me. And then I'm going to take this bone folder, and I'm going to go along the crease, and that's going to give me, it's going to keep that from opening up too much. All right, so we're going to put this off to the side. This is going to be a lot of putting things off to the side. I always wrestle with, should I start at the beginning, or should I fast forward and have things ready? But tonight I felt led to just do everything from start to finish and explain what's going on, so that if any of y'all are completely new to card making like I used to be, then you'll be able to not be lost along the way. All right, now I have, this is my small, it's called a die cut. And my good friend Bertie sent this to me in Happy Mail, and I'm telling you what, this is a game changer. There is a large, I don't know if y'all can see this, there's a large cutter back here, but if I can get away with it, I don't use it as much because it's heavy, and I have to take it from behind and lift it onto my desk. And I try not to have to use it on the lives, but I do. All right, so what we're going to do, because this is smaller, you can see I've already cut down a sheet of paper. And I've got it so that it will fit right in here. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Oh, you know what? Let me bring my cutter back. I'm going to cut my black sheet of paper. I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half. That's it, 5 1/2. I'm going to hold that down so that it doesn't shift on me. And then I'm going to move this out of the way. Oh, no, I'm not. All right, so this is what I do. Rather than measure, I know a lot of people don't like to measure. All I do is I take, these are called cutting plates, and because there's going to be a sharp edge on the dies that we're going to use. And so what I do is I just take the cutting die or the cutting plate, and I just measure with the length of this particular cutting plate. And I make it just a little bit shorter than the cutting plate so that it'll go through this little cutting machine. All right, and so here I go. So I'm gonna line this up, and I want it to be slightly smaller than the cutting plate, so that should be it. That's all I gotta do is just line that up. And then we're gonna come in here, and I think I'm only gonna need one of these, so I'm gonna cut that and then put that off to the side, okay? So now we have our cutting plates. I'm gonna stick them back in here. I've got a piece of black cardstock. I'm not sure the weight of that. And I have a piece of, all right, make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. Now we're gonna go into, this is the pattern. And like I said, I'm gonna use black, white, and chartreuse. These are the colors that my ornaments are gonna be, and I'm gonna put it on a white card so that y'all get an idea. These are the colors that we're gonna work with. And you know, the sky is the limit with whatever colors you wanna use. All right, so I'm gonna come over here. This is my magnetic sheet that I have on here. And I'm going to lift off the ornaments. There's two parts to each. Oh no, you know what? I am going to need another sheet of paper. I forgot. All right. What am I looking for? Tape. Oh, here's my tape. I got it out. All right, so I'm going to need to cut one more of these chartreuses, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. So I'm going to put these two pieces together. This is the part that's going to be the inside. This is the part that's going to be the outside. Oh, thanks. I got this off Amazon. This is going to be the inside. This is going to be the outside. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these together. There's a right side and an upside and a downside. The downside is the side that has the pattern on it, and you will see that it has a little bit, I don't know if you can tell it here, a little bit of a raised edge. There you go, you can see it right around here. There's a little bit of a raised edge, and so that raised edge is going to go down because it's going to cut through the paper. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to put, I just did this backwards, I'm going to put the cut side down, and I'm going to take a piece of tape, and I'm going to I want to make sure that this is nice and as close to being even as I can get, so that the center and the outside edge kind of have the same amount of distance behind them. And then I'm going to just put that down. All right, then we're going to do the same thing. And I'm going to try and see if I butt these two together. If I don't. So once I show you all this, then I'm going to just kind of run through it with the other colors. Because we're going to do two of these in, wait a minute. Yeah, we're going to do two of these in the chartreuse. And I'm going to try and keep a little bit of space in between these so that I can get the smaller pieces in here. And here's my third piece. Same thing. I'm going to try and just maximize what I have here. This is a it's like a, it's not so sticky tape. I can't think of what it's called. All right, so this is what I have. Let me put it on the plates. All right, so I'm going to put these on the plates, and then I need a top plate because this is where the pressure is going to be. So what's going to happen is there's going to be pressure that's going to fall, that this machine is going to press the top down and the bottom, and it's going to squeeze it together, and then it's going to cut it. So let me make sure everything is in here. We're going to stick this through the front side. You can stick it through the back side if you want to. But I have found that if you get it too close to the edge, which I did, it won't feed through there. So let me see if I can squeeze this. Well, fiddlesticks. Didn't want to have to do that. All right, let me try this and see if I can get it over here. What happens is you need to have a little bit of space on the end to feed that through, because what happens is you don't have that pressure. All right, I don't know. I may have to take this up and start over. I'm hoping I don't. Let me try turning it over and see if that makes a difference. Come on, go through. Don't do this. All right. It's not going to go as planned, so let me lift this up and see if I can. All right, I'm going to scoot that down, and then I'm going to scoot this one down, and hopefully that'll give me enough space in between. There it goes. You've got to have just a little bit of a lip on the end of that. All right, this is going to pop. And then I'm going to put it back through. I didn't want to lose that edge on it. And then we're going to turn this over. And we're going to pull the tape up. I like to run everything through the cutting machine twice, just to make sure that everything got pushed all the way through and cut. All right, here we go. This low tack tape, that's what I'm trying to say. The tack on the stickiness on this tape is really low, and so you don't get I don't get a whole lot of uses out of it. I don't know if other people do, but I sure don't. Okay, so now this is what we have. Some of the pieces have already fallen out of here. And so what we're going to do is we are going to take, where is my little weeder? Here it is. This is I think this is called a weeder, and it has like a little point on it. You can use a toothpick. You don't have to go buy one of these. And I'm going to take and I'm going to punch these out of here. And hopefully everything's going to cooperate. And you can use, I'm not going to use this centerpiece, but you can use this centerpiece here on something else. And let me just show you up against. So you could just put something like that on your card. All right, and then just take and we're going to punch out all of the little extra pieces. So this is one piece that we have. So I'm going to put that over there. Where's my little... I'm going to put this in my little tray, and then I like to just kind of hold this in my hand gently, and you're not pushing this through real hard. You're just barely touching these pieces that have been cut. And there's a tool out there that you can get that's got like a little brush that you can rub over it. I have the insert for the brush, thinking I bought the whole thing, and I only bought the little pieces, and I don't have the handle that goes with it. All right, this is another piece that we're going to have. I'm going to put that in there, and then we're going to take these pieces here, and just gently, if it's cut all the way through, you won't have to really press these hard, because they'll just kind of fall out once you start. Y'all, it's snowing at our house. We don't get snow very often, and we have snow today. my nephew called me. He's at work, and he said, I think I'm going to probably come home early. We are in southeastern Virginia near the coast, and so the temperature from the water usually keeps things kind of warm, and so therefore we don't get a whole lot of snow. We typically get, we got snow last year, but we typically get maybe snow every 4 or 5 years, something like that. And but we had it last year, and we're going to have it again this year. All right, so here we go. So I want to make sure that I have all of the, all right, you see how there's like a little piece of paper that's stuck in there? There are holes on the back of this, and so I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to just barely put this little weeder, and I want to make sure that I get all of those little pieces of paper out of there, because I'm going to make another cut. All right, so we've got that. So to keep things organized, I'm going to put stuff in my little tray here, and we're going to do 2 different cuts. We're going to do a cut. All right, let me put this. I always have to put this back where it goes, or I lose it on my desk, y'all. All right, so here we go. So now we're going to do the same thing again, but this time we're going to do it in a different color, and the color that I'm choosing to use is going to be black. And I hope that this is going to be big enough. All right. Let's see if we can get this one. All right, there we go. And we're going to take our tape. And we're going to take the second ornament over here. And I'm trying to offset it a little bit so that maybe I can squeeze that other piece in there. And I'm going to just put that over that, making sure that it holds both pieces together. And then I'm going to turn this around, and hopefully, that's going to wants to go right on the edge. And we don't want it on the edge because, all right, I may have to cut another sheet of paper. All right, it's not going to fit on here. I use this for something else. All right, I'm gonna just, you know what? Let me see. Really want to get this on here, but it's not going to go. Okay, I'm going to just have to cut another sheet. All right, so let's go ahead and do this one. It'll be okay. We're going to run this through our little cutter, and because I've got that extra space down here, this is going to go through real easily. Making sure that everything is, all the pattern is face down. And it'll make like creaky noises, and you'll think something's going to break, but it won't. All right, so there is this. So we're going to pull these off of here. Oh, you know what I could have done? I could have put those smaller pieces on there, but I can do it on the next one. All right, this is how it's coming out. Some of the pieces have already fallen out. You can see the pattern there. I'm going to just put that off to the side for right now, and we'll knock all of those extra pieces out in a minute. You can see some of these have already fallen out. They just fall right out. And I'm going to knock these in the trash. And we're going to put these 2 over here for now. And I need the round one. No, I don't. I need this one. Okay. And these are going to come over here and get out of my way. And I'm going to take my little cutter and I'm going to cut me another sheet of, this paper I think was shorter is why it didn't. It's square at this point. All right, so the same thing, I'm going to put the plate on here to measure how wide I want this. Just, and then we're going to knock that there. Okay? And I may have to get another piece of black paper. I'll use that over there. All right, so here we go. So we're going to take our black paper and I'm going to kind of take advantage of, hang on, get that out of the way. I'm going to take advantage of this cut here, and we're going to put this on here, and we're going to put this down, and we're going to tape this on here, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay, and it's okay if that tape hangs off. It's not going to make a big deal. All right, so now what I've got is I've got the third ornament in here, and I want to get just this. Why? All right, I don't know why. Maybe it wasn't wide enough. And I want to get these on here because I'm going to need these in a minute, and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, so we're going to go through the hair and make sure that they don't move. Turn it around so that I can see it on here. I don't want that to go underneath that. It's wanting to. All right, here we go. Nope. Hang on. I'm hoping I can get it. All right, there we go. All right. So I've got the one with the whole pattern, and then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put, see if I can get, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all three of these on here, but I know I can at least get two, maybe three. All right, I think I'm going to get it. Okay, and this is going to be the top part of the ornament. Now, these pieces aren't quite as small as some of the other pieces that I worked with the nativity scene. The pieces with the nativity were really, really small. All right, so here we go, y'all. Let's see if it's going to go through here. Nope, it's not going to go that side, but I have more space on this side, so I'm going to turn it around. Oh, come on, don't do this. There we go. And that one fell right on off of there. Let's hope that it cut it. If not, we'll take care of that in a minute. Oh, it did. Okay, so we're good. We're good, we're good. All right, so I'm going to put these back over here. I'll get them in a minute because we're doing double of everything. We've got to do double of the black, double of the chartreuse, and of the ornaments, and also of the little hanger things. Y'all, this is going to be so pretty when we get it done. All right, so lifting this up. And we've got this cut. That's the back side. This is the front side. There we go. And we're going to put that in here. We'll cut those out in a minute. Now, because we did not put the insert in here, now what we have is just a solid color here, and we're going to use that to back the chartreuse. All right, and these little guys here, they ended up turning out pretty good. Let's see if I can. I want to keep those together. Okay, and this is where you want to pull out one of your rhinestone picker pens, and you get these little bitty pieces and just lift them up, and I just want those to stay together. All right, so we're going to do the same thing with this one. I don't need that little piece there, so we're going to stick that in there. And those are falling out nicely, so that's good. You can see these little tiny pieces. And this is where your little weeder tool comes in handy, and where your, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that in just a minute. So right now it's just a matter of getting everything cut out. So now what I need is I've got a design. I've got all 3 designs in black. I've got all 3 designs in the chartreuse, and I'm going to punch those out in a minute. I want to get everything cut out. So now what I need is the 3rd one of these. Okay, I've got the whole black in the round and the whole, what do y'all call this shape? What do you call that shape? It looks like an onion. I don't know what it's called. So I need 1 sheet of black paper, and I think I'm going to have to get a new one. And the one that I'm missing, oh no, this is going to work. I think this is going to work, y'all. All right, it's going to be sketchy. All right, I'm going to barely get that on there, but I'm going to get it on there. All right, so we're going to tape that down. I've got all 3 chartreuses. So the next thing after this that we're going to need, I know this is like crazy all over the place, isn't it? Is we're going to have, we need another piece of paper with the chartreuse. So we're going to put this on here because we want the whole piece, because this is going to be where the different highlights are going to show up. I just want to make sure this is going to be right near the edge. I wonder if I turn it this way, if it'll make a difference. It's like right. All right, looks like we can go. Nope. I mean, it is like just barely gonna make it. All right, looks like this is gonna do right here. All right, so we're gonna take and we're gonna put this on our plate, and we're gonna put the other plate on top. Now, sometimes when you're working with these plates, because if you cut them the same way all the time, remember that there's pressure that's going down on these. What'll happen is all right, let me turn it around this way because these will be flat together. What'll happen is sometimes these plates will get bowed or warped, and you just turn them over, and then they'll straighten out again. All right, so we're going to take that and we're going to look this up and pray that we got, oh good, we did. We got everything on here. All right, so we got all 3 pieces of the solid. Okay, we've got the traditional light. Ooh, I got black on black here. We got the traditional light. We got the onion looking ornament, and we also have a round bulb. Okay, And so now we're going to come over here. I'm going to hang on to these pieces because save your little pieces because you never know when you're going to need just a teeny tiny something to cut with. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to get a solid chartreuse for each one of these. And before I can do that, I'm going to pull a piece of paper out. Good thing I got this out. I thought I was okay, but not going to be. All right, so you come in here. And this is from scrapbook.com. I got this, I don't know, a year or two ago. And it just has like a combination. This is the color we're working with right here. It has a combination of just a lot of bright colors. All right, same thing again. We're going to take our plate and I'm going to line this up. I need to cut it first. It's like, the nice thing about this little tiny cutting paper cutter is that you can have several things on your desk at the same time. All right, so we want to make sure that we get as much of this on here as we can. So just bring this down. All right, let's see what we get with this. We want it to be straight. I'm going to push this back just a hair. Now, if you wanted to do this in, you know, on the bigger machine, then you wouldn't have to cut your paper down. But I just like working with the smaller machine better than the larger one. All right, so here we go. So these are going to fit nicely on here. They're going to play nice. And then the other thing that we need to get is, I'm going to leave some space on the edges here. Put that down. And I'm going to notice that I'm leaving a lot of space. I'm trying to turn these so that I have plenty of space to get these pieces in here. Let me get my little weeder tool. I don't need that piece. And we're going to put one here. Let me just double check to make sure I have all the pieces, all the paper out, and I do. All right, so this is the design side. The design side goes down. And then we have a second design. These are going to be like the little top part of the ornament. And then this is the third one. And we're going to glue these pieces together. All right, and I'm going to take and I'm going to put my weeder in my, where its home is, where y'all will see me looking all over the place for everything. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can get organized while I'm got so many pieces going back and forth. Let's see if I can get that to stay. And you can get, I can get that to stay. So let's grab our cutter. Now, once we get to the putting together part, yeah, they are little pieces. That's where the rhinestone picker comes in, Shay. All right, come on, go. There we go. I'm kind of maxing this little guy out tonight. All right, I'm gonna hold it. And I'm going to have to stick it through this way so that I can hold it and turn it at the same time. Oh, no, it moved on me. Hopefully I got it in here. I cut the tip off. All right, well, I have to do one more. All right, let me stick these over here. It shifted on me. We'll come back with this one. All right, I'm going to cut one more of these because it shifted on me. And we're going to cut this down so that it'll fit in our machine. Bring this over here. We're going to do it right, because I'm actually making a card for just the you probably couldn't notice it, but I will. This is just the tip of that got cut off. So I'm going to just do one more. You wait till we put all this together, y'all. These colors are going to pop together. All right, so I've got these two right here. I'm going to put that in my little tray here. I've got a little tray right here. And I don't need that circle, and I don't need that onion piece. Put these off to the side. And, oh, I need this one. Okay, here we go. So we're going to take it, we're going to put this on here, the cut side down. You'll be able to tell the difference between the cut side and the flat side. The cut side is what you want to be down. Otherwise, it's not going to cut anything. And it won't be too hard to figure out because it won't cut. You'll pull it out of the machine and nothing will have happened. All right, so here we go. So we're going to put this together. Take the bottom plate, which is usually thicker, but they can be the same size. Well, actually, this one's thicker. And it doesn't matter because everything's going to be squeezed together anyway. All right, and here we go. And I think this is the last thing that we need to cut. And you can see it goes through easier the second time because there's that layer of paper has been cut. All right, so we're going to lift this up and just pull the tape off. Now, you can use the negative of this also, so don't throw those away because you can square that up and do something with the negative part of that. So I might do something with that. We'll see. All right. So we're going to get all of these over here, and we're going to take that over there. I'm going to put these plates in here. Just kind of move. I'm going to start moving stuff around so that I'm going to leave this here just in case I need it. All right, so now we're going to come in here with our weeder, and we're going to take, and again, I'm going to just gently hold this. I am not pressing hard on this because you will fold the paper or crinkle the paper. And I can probably keep this star. I might do something with that, but the little pieces I don't need. Let's see if we can do it this way. There you go. All right, and we're going to come over here with this piece here. There we go. And again, I'm going to take and I'm going to just knock out these little pieces. Hopefully it cut all the way through. Sometimes you get one that it doesn't cut all the way through, and then you just have to start over and do another piece because I don't know, maybe y'all are better better than I am, but I haven't been able to line things up exactly. So it's just easier to cut another piece. All right, this is what we have. Okay, so there's another one. And I've got one more piece, I think, that I have to get the little pieces out. And I'm going to just save these middle pieces, these bigger middle pieces, because I might be able to decorate something with that. And then again, I'm just barely tapping these pieces that are cut. And then these are just little bitty, they're going in the trash. And this piece here can go in the trash. And I got kind of things shifted around. So let's see where my hanger is. There it is. And the piece that goes with it. All right. So here we go, y'all. Now we're going to start gluing everything together. Let me grab some of these pieces that don't belong in here so it's not as confusing. This has a wax tip on it, and just like it'll pick up the rhinestones, it'll pick up the paper also. All right, I've got somewhere in here, there it is. All right, I'm going to put those in here. All right, we're going to come over here, and we're going to grab, this is the top part of the all right, let me punch these out of here. There it went. Okay. And just gently, you're just gently getting them out of there. You don't want to bend them. All right, and then I'm going to put this right back on my magnetic board or sheet or whatever we want to call it. Okay, that one fell right out. We got another one of these. And the holes, there's little holes in the back of this. It's not hard to figure out which one goes where. Now, what you will have to figure out is which of these little pieces you keep and which of the ones you move to another, you throw away. So we're going to hold on to that. But I have made one of these before, so I know. All right, so here we go. We're going to pull the tape off of there. And this is going to be, these two are going to go together. I'm going to show y'all all of this in just a minute. And then we're going to go, I wonder how I really need that on there. Nope, it's not going to fit in here. But this has got like a sharp point on it. All right, so we've got that all cleaned out. All right, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Put this over here on the side so that I can grab it when I need it. And this is going to go in here. All right, y'all, here we go. Let me put all of these back together, and then I'm gonna get this off of my table because I don't think I'm gonna need it anymore. You do not have to have these magnetic boards, but I'm going to tell you, it just makes life easier because the pieces stay in place. You can just pick them up and, with your fingernail or something that'll get underneath there. And I'm missing one of these. There it is. Okay. So we've got everything back on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get this out of the way. And I'm going to slide this back into the sleeve. and I'm going to just get this off to the side. I'm going to leave this out for me to look at, and I'm going to get my tape out of the way. We're going to get my little glue tool, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these whole pieces, and the black one and you'll be able to tell the top and bottom. All right, and we're going to take the black one and we are going to glue this on top. So let me bring my little glue press in here. And I have found, I don't know if there's a right or wrong way to do this, but I have found that for me, I like to put the, this may have dried. It's not supposed to do this. This glue press is designed, I might have to call the company because, all right, I gotta get the, just need to make sure that it's completely not clogged. It's designed for the stuff to run down, and then there's this little piece of silicone in here that the glue runs on, and then that's supposed to seal it. All right, there we go. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go along, and I'm getting right into the edges, and I have to work kind of quickly because I'm not putting a lot of glue down, and I don't want it to dry before I stick the two pieces together. But this puts down a really fine, really fine bead of glue. All right, and so now I'm going to just take and we're going to put this over. And they're going to line up exactly because they came from the same mold, same die. And so the nice thing about the, you know, the wet glue is that you'll be able to slide it into place. Okay, so there's one. And I'm not gonna use all of these. So I want this one and where is it? This one. I think this is the one I want. Okay, so we're going to put these two together. We're going to take the black ornate one and the solid chartreuse one, and we're going to put these two together. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm only going to use 3 of these, so I'm going to speed things up. I'm only going to do the 3 that I'm going to use. And I already goofed. I did one that I'm not going to use, so that's okay. Just going in between. These are some little teeny tiny spaces, but that's what this little glue press is made for, is really small. Small pieces. Okay. I think it's easier to pick it up and line the top of this up and then bring it down. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to press down, slide this into place, making sure that everything is lined up, and then pressing those little tiny pieces down up against the paper, and that's that one there. All right, so now I want the chartreuse front and the black background. We're going to put these two together, okay? The chartreuse pattern with the black background. And so what I'll do is I'll be able to get 2 different Christmas cards out of this, because I'll end up doing the reverse of all of this. And so I'm going to have alternating chartreuse black and chartreuse. And then on the other card, I'll have black chartreuse. Okay, let me get this over here. And black. No drawing. No painting, easy cleanup. It just takes longer to work with because you've got a lot of little pieces, but it's fun. I like working with. You talking about the glue tool, glue press? Yeah, it really makes a difference. Okay, so there we go. So we've got that one, making sure that it's all lined up. Okay, so we've got that one there. And the next one I need is, you know what? I think I am going to, where did it go? Oh, did it wrong again. How could I do that twice? All right, I'm going to go ahead. Let me see how bad this is off. Actually, it's not bad, so I'm going to use this because you're not going to be able to tell. All right, I think what I want to do is I want to put the black centerpiece on here like this. Let me show you. I think I want to put that one on there because this seems to have most of the pattern. And I'm going to go ahead and just go along these little tiny places. And there's almost like a curve underneath that kind of holds the glue. All right, almost done with this. And then we're going to go to the little hanger things, and we'll put those on there. All right, here we go. And I want to slide this over so that it's straight and straight up and down. It dries pretty quickly. You do have a little bit of time that you can work with, but this glue does, because it's such a narrow, you like that? I like that one. That one's kind of cool looking. Okay, so now what we have is we have these little itty bitty pieces here, and we're going to pull this up. Let me get a piece of paper so that y'all can see. Let me get a piece of white paper. Let me take the other half that I had rather than working on this black paper. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece here and the black piece for this one, and we are going to glue those together, but I'm going to pull them all out here at the same time, and we're going to take this black one and this chartreuse piece. You're going to definitely want, let's see which side is right. is this one. You definitely want a rhinestone picker or something. You can use tweezers, but I just find that this thing makes life so much easier. All right, so now I'm going to need this one here and the black piece that goes with this. Where did it go? Come on, where are you? Don't you be hiding on me. Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. This one. All right, let me see. It's gone. All right, let me find my pattern. Where'd it go? I put it away. Oh, here it is. All right, I'm gonna have to cut another one because I need the black piece to this and I don't see it. All right, that one. Oh, here it is, right here. I was gonna say, how did it go away? All right, and then that one on there. All right, so we'll put these back in here. And we're gonna come in here with the, take this little guy here and put a little bit of glue on the top side, the bottom side, the sides. And then I want to get this piece right in here. And then we're going to turn this over. I don't want to do this on this paper because I want to be able to use this paper. I'll put it on here for y'all to see. Okay. All right. And then we're going to come over here. And this is such a itty bitty piece of paper, but that's what this little guy here does. It gets those little tiny spaces. All right, I'm going to line this up. Can you see it? And trying not to get any glue. You know what? Well, if you can't tell if it's right or not, it's not going to really matter, right? All right, so let's take this one over here. We're going to lift that up, and we're going to hold it in my hand. All right, there's the good side. So yeah, we don't get snow much. We probably get snow more than you do, Berta. Shay, where are you? You're in South Carolina, right? We get snow when it comes up from the south. If it comes up from the north, we typically don't get it. All right, let me show you what I have. All right, so I'm going to put these on a piece of paper so that y'all can see what I have here. Can you see these? They're little, aren't they? All right. So we got that. All right, so now we're going to bring our card in here. And I'm going to actually open this up. All right, so now what I want to do is I'm going to put this back down here. I am going to take, and we're going to put this bulb here, and we're going to put this bulb there, and where's the other one? Right here. And we're going to bring this one down. Okay, this is the home stretch, y'all. I'm going to lay that flat. And so the last thing that I need to do is I am going to take this piece here and I'm going to put the tops on these. I better do that before I do anything else. Okay? All right, let me put this on here. And then I'll show you what I have. Trying not to do it over my paper in case it falls. All right, let me straighten that out just a little bit. Okay, this is what we have. Okay, so that one is going to be finished. All right, so now we're going to use this one here. Put a little bit of glue. And line that up. If you don't like working with little pieces, this is not the craft for you. But if you do like it, it's really fun. All right, so there's this one. Let's see if I can get it. There we go, up top, so that the white's behind it. And then we got one more that we're going to put on here. Okay, and then we got that one there. And you can mix and match these however you want. You can add another color in here. I mean, y'all know all of that. I don't need to tell you that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of position these on here. And I'm going to get my, whatever this is called, double-sided foam. And let me get my small scissors. And we're going to position these on here. Maybe about right there. And I think what I want to do is I think I'm going to do the middle one flat. I think I'll do the middle one first, and then I'll position the other ones. Let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. 1, 2. Oh, how about that? I got it right on the money there. Okay, here we go. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go along the edge here. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh, yeah, because this one's going flat. Thought I messed up, but I'm good. All right, we're going to bring this one down. I don't want this piece here to get glued down. I only want this part here. All right, so now we're going to take and we're going to put, I want to raise the other pieces. So I think I want to raise it up. This one. I think I want this one. This is a little bit higher. Do I want it real high? Maybe I want it higher still. Let's do it higher still. Should we do that? Let me think. No, I'm going to do it midway. This is 2 millimeters. The other one is, let's see, which one is this? This is 1 millimeter. This is 2 millimeters. I'm going to do the 2 millimeters. I'm going to raise it up twice as much. All right, so here we go. I don't think I'm going to need my glue tool anymore. I'm going to get this where y'all can see what I'm going to do. And I want to bring this down just a little bit. And this one's going to be up so that they're not all at the same height. All right, here we go, y'all. Let me get... this one on here. And I'm going to go ahead and put one piece on each side. Okay. All right. And then we're going to position this about right there, I think, is what I want. All right. I'm going to take this off of here. This is kind of one-shot Sally here. All right. Let's put this right there. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side, but the other one's going to be a little bit higher. And it doesn't make any difference if this tape is crooked on the back, because its purpose is just to raise it up. All right. Let me see where I want to put this. I think I want to put it right there. This one I probably could have put down a little bit further. All right, maybe I need to bring this one up just a little bit higher. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. And I just want to kind of center this. All right, this is what we have so far. I got one last step to do. We need to put the strings on them. And what I want to do for the strings is come in here with, should I do silver? I think I want gold. All right, so we're going to come in here with this rhinestone. Don't need this anymore. Get this out of the way. All right, and we're going to take, I know that B7000 is a little overkill for this, but you know, if it's going to be going in and out of an envelope, you want to make sure that it's good and attached. And so, yeah, I kind of wished I would have brought that down just a little bit more. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on here. And I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. All right, so I'm going to take this glue. And this is why I did not want to glue down the little hanger things, because I want to be able to get these rhinestones underneath. Trying to get this as straight as I can. And then I think the easiest way, I always say that the easiest way to work with this stuff is to kind of drop it into place. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. And I'm going to need a pair of tweezers, I think, for this. Ah, don't do that. I'm trying not to get my tweezers glued together. All right, so I'm going to hold that and just kind of pull it so that those chains are out there. And then I'm going to take and cut that. I don't like the way that cut. Okay, that's good. It did cook good. All right, here we go. Let me make sure it's straight, and I'll show you what we have. All right, so there's one piece. I don't know if y'all can see the rhinestone. Got a little bit of glue over here. I need to get off of there. So we got just a little bit of, oh, you can't see. There you go. You got a little bit of sparkle there. So we've got the rhinestone trim. And now we're going to do the next one. I'm going to just go from right to left, probably your left to right. And you know what? Put that out of the way. There it is. And wipe this off so that I can get this to flow a little bit better. All right. Here we go, y'all. Going straight up the hatch. And we're going to do the same thing. Let me make sure that that end is good. It is. And I am going to get it to stop swinging. And then I'm going to lay this into place and grab my tweezers and just put it so that it's one rhinestone underneath there. And I'm going to push this down and then pull that over just a little bit. I'm holding this down here so that it doesn't pull out of place. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to cut this off the edge. Put that back in place. Make sure it's straight, and it's not. Okay, so now we've got, let's see if I can, there we go, turn it sideways. If y'all can see. Oh, it's just not. Oh, there we go. It's sparkling. So gives it a little bit of an elegant look. Okay, then we got one more piece. And you know what? I've got a little itty bitty piece of this. I'm like so proud of myself with this. I normally will just throw stuff like this away, but I thought I'm going to need this little bitty piece for something, and now is the time. I may be able to get 2 itty bitty pieces out of this because this looks like it's not going to use all of it. So is that not crazy? And we're going to bring this right here. And again, we got to get it to stop swinging. I'm going to push this underneath here. I like getting just the one rhinestone in the hole there. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is so cool. This one looks short, but it is what it is. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this down and like that. I almost need a new pair of those because I've got so much glue and stuff on them. All right. And I'm thinking I need just a small dab of glue right there. I found that I like working with the the smaller tubes of the B7000, because otherwise I don't use it enough. It's not one of my favorite glues, but I know that when it holds, I like it. But I don't like the smell of it. It's really got a strong smell to it. And so I try not to do too much chemical stuff. Y'all, this is so awesome. Don't even know if I can get this to show up. But this will be able to, by using the, there we go. By using the, see if I can look at it. The B7000, it will get in and out of an envelope without coming apart. So that was kind of what my thinking was. All right, so this is what we have. And then I'm going to leave it blank because I'll just write in the cards. So this is what we have, y'all. This is, do you like those colors? I love these colors. Thanks, Shay. You probably like these colors too because you like bright colors. All right, so look at this. I got this little tiny piece of rhinestone trim left over. I'm going to put it in this little box here. I'm going to use every bit of it. I don't typically do that. I got so much stuff, craft supplies in my house that I'm like, oh, I don't need one more little tiny thing. All right, y'all. This is called Vintage Layered Ornaments by Simon Hurley. Ranger Ink sells these. I think you can get them on Amazon. I don't know, maybe scrapbook.com, probably Simon Says Stamp or something like that. And you know, you can make it your own. I'm gonna make a series of these and just switch up the colors and send them out for Christmas cards to just a few people. Not a whole lot of people because I don't have a whole lot of time to make a lot. But thanks, Berta. Thanks, Shay. Thanks for hanging with me, y'all. Y'all, I love this. I love these colors. And so, Merry Christmas. Tomorrow I am on at 5:30, and I'm doing something with a snowman. And it's a whimsical winter snow or something. But anyway, so I'll be on at 5:30. If you're not, if you haven't signed up for my Telegram, go ahead. There's a post pinned up at the top under the featured pieces, and you can. Oh, this is what I want. You can just click on the link, and I guess they just hit join. And then I'm going to start doing that so that I can get my, just make a broadcast out there. Have a great night too, Shay. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks, Berta. I love y'all. Jesus loves you more. And I will see y'all tomorrow if you hop on at 5:30 Eastern time. Oh, you've signed up. Awesome. I need to go in and see who signed up so that I don't say it to the same people that are already signed up. All right, my nephew should be home soon. He thinks that they're going to close early because we shut everything down when the first flake hits the sky. And love the outcome. That's why I still have the one. Aw, thanks. You got the one with the apples, didn't you, Berta? Isn't that the one you got? Was the one with the apples? Didn't I send that one to you? I think I did. Alrighty. Y'all have a great night, and it's Snowman tonight. I mean, tomorrow, but there's Snowman here too. It's kind of funny. What you do is you'll have to download the app, and then you'll make an account. And after you make an account, then you'll go to my page up at the top where I said, you know, join my Telegram. You'll click on the link that's in that particular post, and that will take you to, it's going to say Nothing is Wasted Designs Facebook. it'll take you to that, and then all you have to do is click join. And it's not a conversation piece, it's just a broadcast, so that what'll happen is, like, every time I go live now, like 10 minutes before I go live, I'll send out a broadcast to all the people that are signed up and say, I'm going live at, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, or, whatever amount of time that I have. And then that way we don't have to rely on this platform here to get my name out there, because I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I can't seem to get beyond my yesterday. Yesterday, I didn't even hit go live. I was sitting and talking. It was funny. Well, it wasn't funny, because it's like I'm sitting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting to be shared into the group, and I wasn't shared into the group. And Debbie Taylor, who was before me, she's still talking and everything. She was filling in because I wasn't showing. They thought I wasn't showing up. And here I was just talking away. I was just talking to myself because I never hit the go live button. And then I looked at the screen, and there's this blue bar at the bottom that says go live. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. But I did. So anyway, all righty, Berta, I'm gonna get out of here and go get something to drink. I'm not eating today, but I'm gonna go get some kombucha. Have you ever had kombucha? I love kombucha. It's got a vinegary taste. It takes some getting used to it because it's a fermented drink. It's not alcoholic or anything. I mean, it's got like the same amount of alcohol in it that orange juice has, but I don't do anything alcoholic. I am 35 years sober. And so me and alcohol just are no more. We broke up a long time ago. So anyway, yeah. Hey, Betty, you'll have to go back and watch the replay. This is what we made. We made this card. It's got, the pieces have a little bit of height to them. Made a Christmas card. It has a blank blank on the inside. And this is actually going to be a card that I'm going to send out to some of my friends. So it's this die cut. And then you can, this is by Simon Hurley. You can go and watch how I did all the different steps. And have you made cards before? Yes, amen, I agree. Betty, have you made any cards before? This was a fun one. It's a lot of steps, but it's fun. And you can go back and check it out. All right, y'all, I love you. And tomorrow I'll be on from 5:30 to 6:15, and I'll be shared into the Artist Lounge Marketplace, and I'm going to be doing a craft. So I'm looking forward to it. All right, bye-bye.